That looks like a good path. The redwood tree that grows in Northern California is one of the tallest. It is the tallest tree in the world, and not quite the widest. The sequoia, regular sequoia that's up there in the Sierras, they grow wider, but nothing grows taller than a California redwood. Oh wow, yeah, there's some beautiful redwoods growing through here. And you know, with redwoods, you know what I think? Redwood sorrel. Maybe you've heard of other kinds of sorrel. There's different sorts of sorrel that grow in different parts of the country, and but out here in Northern California, the dominant species is the redwood sorrel. And yes, it is, say it together, edible. So, with caution. Yeah, the redwood sorrel and everything in the sorrel family of this particular kind of is really good for you. It's packed with vitamin C, minerals, and you know, you're not gonna make a meal out of it, but you know, you could add it to a salad, I've heard. So as long as I'm out here, I might as well give it a try, right? All right, let's see, let's look around. It's like a feast, a bounty all around us. Oh yeah, this is some great redwood sorrel in here. And this time of the year, around springtime, it's pretty new shoots most of the time. You can just chew on them. You don't actually have to make anything out of these. You just chew on the root. Not really the root, but the stem. It tastes lemony. It's like you can taste that vitamin C. It's a refreshing thing to have during a hike or whatever. But I was told you can actually eat the leaves too. Oh, they're lemony too. Delicious. Anyway, be careful where you pick though, because right around here there's poison oak weaved in with it. You don't want that. I try to pick them from different spots. Check out the reddishness of that stem. That shows you it had a lot more of that concentrated goodness. At least that's what I've experienced. But these older ones from like last season are they're a little tougher. Nice little breakfast bouquet. I think I'll make a little redwood sorrel tea this morning. It'll be delicious. I really feel like if you're gonna come out in nature, you need to come with a certain reverence, for lack of a better word. You know, there's a lot here in the wild fringes of where nature meets society. And I think it's important to respect that. Again, it's not just about not taking too much or being careful, but just really coming with a sense of this is almost as sacred as a cathedral. You know, you want to come to it with that. And then you're going to be led to, I believe, all the best experiences possible. So just a little something to think about, you know, when you're out there. Okay, time for a little redwood sorrel tea, or actually technically it's more like a tisane because it's not actually dried. So I'm just gonna chop these guys up, and some people like to just put them in there as they are. I like to chop them up because that gets the tea to come out a little quicker. You don't have to steep it for quite as long. And to make it a little more, even more flavorful, we'll do a little mulling or crushing. Mull it up a little bit. I don't know if that's the right word, mulling. Mull it over. So, I don't know. Just a little bit of putting it through the mortar and pestle. You don't have to do any of this. Just crushing the stems a little bit. All right, good enough. And into the jar, or right into your cup if you want. There we go. And pour in the hot water. I think that's good enough. And we'll let that steep for a few minutes. I don't know. Well, so while that's steeping, it's a good time to talk about, the good and bad side of wildcrafting. Everything, everything in nature is trying to save you, and everything in nature is trying to kill you. That's basically that's kind of what I always think. I say, it's like there's amazing, a waterfall is amazing, and then you could die there. You know what I mean? It's like I don't want to get too heavy about things, but everything in nature has two sides to it, as do most wildcrafting type things. So in this case, it's perfectly safe to eat, but in moderation. You don't want to make a big meal out of it. Why is that? Because it has oxalic acid in it, which is in lots of things that we eat all the time, like spinach and I don't know, the list goes on. And it's in this stuff as well. So you don't want to eat a lot or eat it every day. It's up to you to research the health side effects. If there's anything you might worry you, if you have a compromised body in any way, you should totally research it for yourself, even if you don't. So don't take it from me. I'm not an expert. Look this stuff up for yourself and make your own choices, as we do with all things in life. So basically, oxalic acid is the downside and the upside, because it actually has a tasty, sharpness to it. It gives it that lemoniness. But as an occasional tea, or a few leaves in a salad, or just something you want to munch on the trail while you're walking along, no problem at all as far as I'm concerned. But that's just my opinion. Aren't you getting tired of all the disclaimers? Well, that's life for you. It's the world we live in. But it's great to get out there and live in nature again and really be more connected to it. And I think that's why I like wildcrafting, because we have removed ourselves so much from nature. Everything comes from the store, and that's fine. I'm not against modern society, but it's really great to just get out there and try something like this, because it does connect you back to nature again. It does connect you directly to nature. Not even agriculture, but straight from nature. All right. I want to thank Gracia Brown for letting me know that something called sour grass is, that's what started this whole episode. She saw the last episode on miner's lettuce, and she let me know that they used to eat sour grass, is what they called it. But it's actually wood sorrel is the common name for it. And it's a yellow flowered sorrel, same exact family. And the redwood sorrel has purple or white flowers, but it's in the same exact family. And so I decided to go out and find some and try it out. This is what the show's all about, just trying stuff out and seeing what's good. Well, let's see if our tea is done. It doesn't have any kind of a... Well, it's got kind of a... smells like tea. It smells actually like the kind of tea, like any kind of tea that you might, get from the store or whatever. I don't have time to filter this or whatever. I'm just going to pour this right into my mug. Leaves and all. All right, let's try it out. How bad could it be? Come on. I'm sure it's great. Let's see. Hey. Yeah, it's pretty good. And if you get a little piece in your mouth, you just eat it. Yeah, I like it. I think I'd let it steep for maybe twice as long as this. Really build up a good flavor to it. Maybe pour it in there and let it steep for I don't know, 10 minutes and come back to it later on. Redwood Sorrel. Thanks for joining me on Wildcrafting Wonders, and can't wait to see what else we find out there in nature to try out. See you next time. Oh, and don't forget to like and subscribe and all that crazy stuff, right? I can't make these shows without your guys' help, so at the very least, if you could do that for me, it'd be fantastic. Thank you. I really appreciate it. It makes it possible to do these things. All right, thanks, guys. Enjoy your lives and get out in nature.